Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Linn, and I hope you're well, and if you're not, I hope you're well soon. So, another message today, and we're just going to get right into it. So, the Scorpio full moon is recently occurring, is still kind of happening. We're still in the energy of it, and it's been a little bit insane in terms of growth and healing and BS coming up and being like, hey, remember me? What's up? I'm still here. So, right now is like another time of purging, transforming more so than just purging, but it's recognizing that certain things really just don't need to be there anymore. And of course, we know that, right? We know that logically that certain things don't need to be there. Or we want to let go of certain things in order to move forward. But the actual doing it takes time. It takes reflection. It takes healing. It takes a lot sometimes. It's not always like a quick, let me just start thinking better about something. That doesn't always work because there's a lot of energy and time, and essentially karma that is entangled with certain things about ourselves. So you may be finding that certain patterns, ways of thinking, people, places, things are being ripped away. Or you are being shown that it's no longer in your best interest to be around people, places, things, or in certain mindsets and patterns and behaviors. So that's the main thing I'm getting right now. It might be a little bit difficult for some people. Personally, I've had like a lot of emotional stuff coming up. Scorpio full moon, kind of a lot. Scorpio is literally death and transformation. It's crazy because two of the cards that I got, yes, I have cards. One of them is lead your metamorphosis. So I'll show you that. And it's a butterfly, literally like transformation, and then cut the cords of doubt. It's more of a moth than a butterfly. And yeah, that's really what this is right now. It's like a checkpoint. It's another spiritual, physical, mental, emotional checkpoint of you're moving out of a certain way of being and into another one. And it's pretty beautiful, it's pretty amazing, but it does not mean that it's always easy. And it can be a little bit difficult to feel that, to notice that, to deal with that. So I'll read some of the other cards and then I will talk a little bit more on this. So the other cards that I have Soul on Fire. I'll show you all the cards because I know. Soul on Fire. Unstick the Stuck. Light in the Unexpected. And I showed you those other two cards. And then we have Bear Spirit, Healing, and Owl Spirit, Wisdom. So that's what it is. That's what it is. It's essentially another ego death, if you want to call it that. Death of self into more realization and peeling back another layer of self, of realization, of deeper understanding, of awareness. And we kind of know that wisdom and healing, awareness, they kind of go hand in hand. As you become more aware, as you accept things, you pick them apart in ways that are beneficial, that can facilitate healing, that can facilitate a different perspective, a perspective shift that helps you to heal and to move forward. So that feels like what's happening right now. We're unsticking the stuck, finding light in the unexpected. Those two cards specifically to me feel completely connected. as you are finding this darkness bubbling up, coming to a head, making itself known, probably in very painful ways for some of you, it's also providing the momentum, the light, to push you forward, the stamina, the confidence, the switch up. I'm actually going to read this quote. I have it up there. I have it up on my little post-it note. It says, being seen is the portal to being felt. And then that was by ayanastood on YouTube. So she said that being seen is a portal to being felt. And so that's not totally what I was going to tell you right now, but it's kind of funny that I read that one first when I was going to read that one. Maybe some of you really need to start letting yourself be seen so that you can start actually connecting with people and not only offering the energy that you have to offer into the world and the perspectives and the talents and the beauty that you have to offer, but in you being able to receive that from the outside world as well. Because you deserve to be able to receive that as well. To actually connect with people and actually have a place in the world that is your own. A lot of people that are in a spiritual path, quote unquote spiritual path, or just here watching these videos specifically, you may be one of those people that does feel a little bit alone sometimes, does feel a little bit isolated, does feel a little bit like an odd duck. But in that, you know, you learn a lot. You may hear footsteps above me. My apologies. You may feel that. You may feel that you are a little bit different. And so for a long time, you felt like you couldn't really connect with people. That's kind of a belief that isn't true. There are people that you can connect with. There are people out there who do see your value and your beauty and your talent and need it, actually need it. You are meant to inspire people. Soul on fire. You're meant to set other people's souls on fire just by being in your own light. Finding your own light in that darkness that you've experienced and that you know so deeply. So the other quote, which is one I originally meant to, right? It's from a song called She Moves Me by Savanna. It says, fear is courage waiting to become known. That was the one that I wanted to say, because that is very true. Fear is courage waiting to become known. If you notice when you are afraid of something, you feel that anxiety, that tension. But then you make a decision like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something. And you take a step despite that fear and you feel better. Whether it went the way you wanted or not, it's kind of like you still did it. You still did it. You transmuted the fear into courage, right? That is something that you can do and something you do whether you realize it or not. And that is what allows you to move forward. That's what allows you to lead your metamorphosis every single time. That's why you are so strong. Why you understand things so deeply. Why you are so wise. Why you've healed so much. And it's the key to getting through your doubts and your fears is literally just taking them head on and accepting that they exist and letting them fuel you forward into what you really want and what is calling you to it, your next steps. And something else that kind of I want to touch on really quick is, I know in these videos, in spiritual videos, readings, a lot of just in that sense, those types of videos, people will give you messages. They will tell you different things. And sometimes it's really difficult to discern or be like, should I focus on this more? Should I focus on that more? I would say maybe don't watch as many videos. If you are doing that, watching a ton of them, maybe don't watch as many so that you can take time to just be with yourself and kind of drown out everything else around you that may be trying to give you messages, so that you can hear messages from inside of you first before you look outside of you for them. Because watching these types of videos are helpful, but your own insights from within you are what will be the most valuable for you, always. So always go within yourself, or at least try to, first, before you go elsewhere. It's fine to watch these videos. Of course, I'm not being like, don't watch my video, like, don't watch these things. Watch them, whatever. Like, if they give you insights, they do. Every time I've watched videos of other people and other readers, I always get profound insights that help me along my journey. But know when it's becoming a point where you're so confused and you're watching so many videos and you're like, what's going on? And people are giving all these different messages that, like, maybe you need to take a step back and just be with yourself for a bit and find your messages that way. Yeah, that feels like a really big message for somebody, is when you start getting confused and you don't know what is what coming from outside of you externally, just go within. Just go within. Just drown it all out and go within first. That'll help you the most. So that was coming through. And another thing, if you see my more recent videos about your vision and it being able to receive and accept blessings, then you know that being able to accept and receive also requires you to let go. It requires you to do both at the same time, essentially, which can be very painful, especially when it's stuff that has been with you or has been your experience for a long time, and you feel like, this is really difficult to, like, I want to say really quick, like, because I was realizing this about myself, earlier today. I was like, wow, I was looking back at this part, like, this version of myself that really thought that there were certain things that I couldn't stop doing, like, or like, I'll always live like this, like, I'll always think this way, blah, 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 like, you know, when I was, like, in a dark time. And I look back at that version of myself, and I think it's just so interesting to me, because that version of myself never, like, felt, like, hopeless, and felt like it was difficult and I didn't know what to do, and I would never be able to let go of the things that I did and that I have to get here where I am right now. And now I'm here, and I'm the version of me now, and I'm like, if only she knew. If only she knew that I would get here versus where I was. So maybe that will help some of you, being able to look where you were and what you used to not be able to get rid of in your life, or things that you were clinging to so hard and that you thought you'd never be able to let go of, or, you know, things about yourself that you just thought you could never improve, or aspects of your life that you never thought that you could transform, confidence you didn't think you'd ever have. Look back at those versions of yourself that didn't think you could have certain things, and then look at yourself now and see what of those things you do have now. That's going to be very helpful. I just saw 1414 on the timer. That's going to be very helpful. We get stuck in the, what can I do better? What can I constantly be changing? And we forget to look at what we've already done, who we already are, who we've already been, and to see the beauty in the versions of us that we didn't like at a certain point in time, because they got you where you are now. You know? So yeah. Appreciate yourself and every version of yourself for what it has done and been for you. Whether you see the beauty in it or not, there is beauty in all of it. Every single step of the way has had beauty within it. So yeah, this full moon, this Scorpio full moon specifically, a main theme that I'm picking up on is letting go of, well, not even really letting go. Once again, like, it doesn't feel like it's just letting go. Letting go in the sense of surrendering and accepting, but not letting go of the fears necessarily, more so transforming and transmuting them into, like I said, courage and momentum forward, into realization. There was something else that I remember reading, and it will come to me in a second, that it was pretty important. It was something about, okay. So this is a quote, and I think it's from a song, I really forget where, but it says, letting someone love you is letting someone hurt you. That's what it was. And not in the sense of like you get with someone like or like you're friends with someone or you're in a relationship with someone and they hurt you, like, no, don't do that. That's not what I'm saying. It's more of when you let someone love you, you are also giving them a power to hurt you because you're becoming vulnerable, right? And that happens when you're being seen by other people in general. It's not just intimate relationships. It's when you put yourself out there, you are offering the chance for people to be in your energy and to have opinions about you and your energy, and it can be a lot. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. In fact, that's the key. You let the world see you. And regardless of how they react, regardless of what they think, that is going to push you forward into a place where you're going to be able to be yourself and find the people, find the circumstances, find the version of you specifically that can accept love in all forms. When you let people see you, when you let people love you, or dislike you, or this or that, when you let them just see you for who you are, that is when you grow, and that is how you will find real, genuine love. When you hold back, when you hide away, when you have a guard forever all the time, you can't accept these things. You can't allow love in every form. You can't accept blessings when you're closed off to them. So someone needed to hear that as well. Open up. It's not like it was. Things are not... Now I'm hearing the Harry Styles song, As It Was. You know it's not the same as it was. And it's not. Things are going to be different. Will there be people in the world that just don't like you? Yeah. Will there be people in the world that have opinion about you and have things to say? Probably. That's just life. But that shouldn't hold you back. You shouldn't let... This came through as well earlier. I'm having a lot of things coming through right now. But I was thinking, and these words came to me. It was about discomfort. So maybe you notice like when you're doing something authentic and you're around certain people, you almost see them like react to your authenticity in like a strange way. And then you feel it and you're like, oh, better not do that again, or I'm gonna feel that energy, that reaction from people, right? What you're feeling is their discomfort, their reaction to you existing in a certain way that brings them discomfort for whatever reason it is. You don't have to know what the reason is. And so from that, I would say you are not responsible for anybody else's discomfort at all. You can't control how someone feels about something. That's totally on them, and that's totally their responsibility. So when you go out and you're being yourself and you're having fun and you're happy, and someone in the corner is looking at you like you're crazy and getting all uncomfortable and like peeved out that you're existing the way that you are, that's their discomfort. Don't make it yours. Don't make it yours. It's not yours. It's theirs. Let it be theirs. You being comfortable might make them uncomfortable. But on the same coin, and that maybe that'll help them, teach them something about themselves. Show them why, like, I'm uncomfortable about this. Maybe they'll reflect, maybe they won't. But on the other side of the coin, there are also people who, when you are being comfortable in your own skin, you give people the same courage to do the same thing. You show people that it is possible. And so those who have been shown their whole lives that it's not possible finally feel inspired because they're around someone who can inspire them, can show them what they could be in themselves. That is priceless. If you are able to do that, do it. Be it. And it's not just for other people, it's for you too, to be able to exist as yourself and not feel ashamed of it and not feel like it's not okay or that you have to tone it down for people. You shouldn't have to. Of course, there's a time and a place for certain things. Trying to be aware of social things is important sometimes, but for the most part, the way you live your life, it's nobody else's business, really. Are they you? No, so why would you care about what they think about you in your life? They're not living your life. They don't need to care so much. Even if they do, whatever, like, again, not your problem. So that's important to say, right? Right? So, yeah. There were a lot of like little mini messages and everything I just said, but I hope that it helped you in some form. And whoever heard certain parts of it and was like, yes, that, more so than something else I said, take that as something that maybe you need to look at more, a specific part of the message that really stood out to you. Maybe that's something that you really need to focus on. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not you. And I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about you because I don't, only you do. And that's very important to remember. So I hope that this message was helpful. And I hope that you're well. And if you're not, I hope you're well soon. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.